They're all my babies.
Guess where we are. Okay, so this might help a little bit. We are in Warsaw, and this building is the Palace of Culture and Science.
So if you are wondering why we are here, we are in Warsaw to help Eva Zubek, a travel YouTuber, with filming.
And not only that, we'll be asking a couple of questions. And today is the most important day in the whole year. It's Evie's birthday.
Yay! So first, let's see where we'll be filming from above. So let's get to the Palace of Culture.
Midway between getting no love and getting way too much, I pray that you're the one who cares for me, cares enough to keep me safe. Just like the sun, you showed me which way I should go, yeah. Just like the wind, you pulled me up when I was.
So, we have an amazing view from here.
Yes, the whole panorama of Warsaw is beautiful.
And we are having a 360-degree view of the whole city.
And also the weather is also very nice, so it's also is adding up to our experience.
It's amazing.
And do what you want, what you want, what you want with it, but don't give it back. You stole my heart from me, but it don't mean that you're a thief. You saved me from myself, 'cause I used to give it out for free. I hope you can keep it safe, keep it locked till we throw away the key. You stole my heart from me, 'cause it can't be trusted with me.
And I've been here as a kid, so don't really remember anything from here. But Evie, you've been here, right? You've been here?
No.
You've been here.
No.
She's been here. I know she's been here. But I wasn't, so now we're going for the dinner, and then one day we have to return here to have like a full travel experience. Because it looks cool. It's like a mixture of new and old together in one city. It's really cool because like, look, old, and then you have like these old, bigger, newer buildings. And with that being said, it was the end of the day. And the beginning of adventure with Eva Zubek. It was time to meet her and film. The next 2 days in Warsaw, we spent exploring locations that I would call off the beaten path. And while I can't show you too much of that, you can watch the video which we helped create in the top right corner right now. It was also time to ask Eva some questions. So for the last 2 days, we had the honor to work with Eva Zubek, one of the top content creators in the travel niche. And we have some questions.
I don't know if I should be worried or not, but let's do it.
So the first thing I have to ask, why do you prefer the wild, adventurous kind of travel than more like the casual city travel type?
Right. I think it's because I like to challenge myself, and I like for every single adventure to teach me something. You know, I like for it to be an experience, maybe something that continues to build my character, that continues to test my skills, my knowledge, my endurance. And so I want to kind of, you know, live intensely, and I want for every film that I make to be a reflection of that. And I think that's why maybe being in cities can sometimes feel a little bit too easy. I like it when things get a little bit difficult and when you challenge yourself. I feel like it helps me grow.
A bigger adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. Always up for a big adventure and for a challenge.
Knowing that you are into experiencing new cultures and meeting new people, local people, do you learn a few local phrases, I mean foreign language, before visiting the country?
Yes. So English is great because a lot of people speak English around the world, but sometimes just out of politeness and friendliness, I like to learn a few basic phrases like how to say hello and thank you and welcome and my name is whatever. I find that it can break that initial barrier when you meet someone new, and it also shows that you care about the culture of the place that you're visiting. So yes, I try to learn at least a few.
So, being a YouTube creator, you have to have your favorite video. Which one is it?
They're all my babies. Honestly, they all feel like my babies, so it's really hard to choose my favorite. But if I were to choose, I would probably choose one of my favorite adventures that I also filmed. And that is the week that I spent horse trekking alone in Mongolia. I just felt that was the most incredible adventure, the most incredible trip. It was so freeing and liberating, and I think the film that I made is possibly the most representative of the kind of adventure spirit that I'd like to convey and communicate. So that one, but I love them all, and they're all very important. As a creator, it's hard to choose. It's like choosing your favorite child.
Yeah.
So generally people bring back some souvenirs from their travels. What about you? Do you collect something?
Yeah, I usually try and find things that are handmade by local craftspeople or artists, and I collect those things. But I don't buy like fridge magnets or things like that.
Okay.
Usually I prefer it to be a little bit more special and handmade.
So, how much work, YouTube work, are you doing right now yourself? And how much do you outsource? And how much has it been before?
So when I started making videos on YouTube, I did everything myself from scratch. So filming, scripting, editing, post-production, everything. But since I made it my full-time job and decided to start publishing more consistently on a weekly basis, I've had to hire an editor. Who has been now helping me for about 1.5 years with most of my editing. So now I still script and research and shoot mostly myself. Sometimes on occasion with a cameraman or a camerawoman, but mostly myself, and then the editing is mostly done by my editor, and I just do like the last bits and pieces. And I think that system really works for me because it's enabled me to be more creative, have more time to think about new ideas, be more careful with my filming, and just enjoy life and have a bit of time to myself beyond my life on YouTube.
So your life has been pretty much easier now.
Yes.
And better.
Much better. I think it's important if you're a YouTube creative to find ways to not burn out. Because it's very easy to burn out and just find yourself overwhelmed and drowning in footage and in work. So yeah, I think at one point you come to a conclusion, I gotta optimize my creative process. So over the last 1.5 years, that's what I've been doing.
Okay, so traveling to different countries gives the opportunity to try food, which I personally think is the best part of any trip. So in your opinion, what do you think? Which country has the best food?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's one of my favorite parts of traveling as well. So weirdly enough, my favorite food used to be sushi, even though I've never been to Japan.
Okay.
It's one of the countries that I've never been to, but the food is just so good. But since becoming vegetarian, I started trying out more different cuisines, and now I feel like Thai food is super lovely and flavorful, but also eating out in places like Warsaw in Poland is fantastic because there's a lot of really cool vegetarian and vegan options from all around the world. So it's hard to choose, but I would say Japanese food, never been to Japan, Thai food, and eating out, the whole dining out scene in a city like this.
What place in the world would you recommend everyone see at least once in their lifetime?
Another really difficult question. I think if I had to choose one, it would be Mongolia. Because Mongolia is a very natural, raw place that I think taps into everybody's sense of freedom and liberation. And I just feel that once you step your foot into Mongolia and you feel like a very different human being, you suddenly feel very connected to the nature around you. You see how people can live in harmony with nature. And it's honestly just a mind-blowing place because it's so very different, so much more raw and rough and natural than most places that we get to visit these days. I mean, you see lots of buildings here, there's lots of people walking around, everything is busy. Mongolia is the exact opposite, and I think that's the kind of life and the kind of place that you'd want to experience if you're a modern human being living in the modern world.
So after the 2 days of filming and being able to spend some time with Eva Zubek, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. First off, we got to meet two amazing women, Eva Zubek and Hania. And I would say this trip for us, even just for the connection, you know, getting to meet someone new and to meet people just like them, that is an honor. It was really cool to meet and see how things work for different people. All of them having a huge experience in the travel industry, in the niche, as well as filming. Overall, I would really like to say thank you to both of them for the opportunity and for the whole experience. It was really cool, and I think we actually learned a lot. Seeing how others work, operate in a scenario, how they talk to a camera, or how they just go around behind the scenes. Because what you see is usually a predetermined, the best take that they chose. But you will not see how they prepare for the take. I think for us, it was a very cool learning experience. And aside from filming, we actually got to meet those people. We spent the whole 2 days with them. We got to talk a lot, which was really cool because it didn't feel like a normal, you know, just shooting and like we are the filming crew, they're the, you know, the actors, and we don't talk. It was actually like a group of friends. That's how it was feeling the whole time there. And it was a very cool experience that really happened out of nowhere. It was meant to be. On Ava's side, she was not supposed to be in Poland. She was supposed to be halfway across the world as always. And then suddenly she was stuck here. And for us, we were supposed to be in Chicago during the whole of February. And then we stayed because of different things. And because of that, we both were in Poland at the same time. And then she needed someone to help her film. So I was a little bit hesitant, as always. I'm not sure if I should, you know, message someone. And then here I am. I did send a message. I didn't really expect anything. And in the morning, we already had a response that we should be coming to Warsaw next weekend. So it was a really cool experience. And by the way, I didn't really actually see Warsaw before, so we really saw it from like a totally different experience than like a normal tourist would. But the most important for me would be the learning experience. Seeing how Ava works behind the camera, how she's thinking, what she's gonna say in a certain scenario, what she's gonna do, and how we're gonna film it. But at the same time, she let me work the way I like to work. So I didn't really have anyone above me saying like, oh, don't do this, just do as you do. And that was really cool. So it was a really nice mix of, you know, seeing something new and doing what we do as always. So I guess it was meant to be. And I am really grateful for this experience. It was really cool to talk with Ava, having that different kind of travel experience. For us, it's normally like a more European cities, towns, that kind of stuff. Where for Ava, it's much more extreme. So we're like, even though we were both in travel, it is much different. So it was really cool to talk about that difference, talk about all these places that she's been. I have to say both Ava and Hania, two amazing women, like really down to earth, but really amazing. And, you know, totally up to do something cool whenever there's an opportunity. We had a lot of great time there, and hopefully we'll get to meet each other again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this a little bit different type of a video. So that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video once again, and I'll see you next time.